Hey, welcome back to another video. Today I'm on my floor. I know it's been a while again since I was able to post. I kind of got my microphone working. There's something wrong with it where it's losing volume, I notice. So I've been trying to fix that in post. Also, I tried to film a video of drawing with a tripod, and so I connected my microphone to my phone, and the entire video, like an hour-long video, completely corrupted. The audio was like clicking in and out. I don't know if any of you guys know about the Blue Yeti microphone, but I'm starting to realize it's a little bit crappy, and I don't think it's the best for ASMR because it keeps acting up on me. So hopefully it sounds okay in this one. But yeah, I thought, since I wasn't able to do anything super interesting because of the unreliable microphone, I could just show you guys everything that's on my bookshelf, because I have a pretty interesting array of items. Hopefully I'm not talking too loud. Yeah, so, well, a lot of them are like really well known, but some of them are a little bit more obscure. Yeah, it might be interesting. I feel like I had something else to say. Oh yeah, I have a few role plays planned. Two of them are very comedy, and one of them is like a fantasy, like a character role play. So I guess we'll see if those work out. Sorry about my creaky floor. What should I start with? I'll start with this one. It's closest to me. I put them all out on my floor. So, as you can see, this is the Chronicles of Narnia. This was my favorite book growing up. I've had this since I was probably 10. Not this exact copy, because once in a move it got stuck in a box and got soaked with water. I don't know how that happened, but I had to rebuy the same exact copy when I was a little bit older. And this has all the stories in it, all 7 of them. I really like this one because it has illustrations. I think these are actually the original. They look like they are, like the original illustrator. It's dark in here to keep it comfortable for your eyes at night, but that also makes it so you can't see things very well because of my terrible camera. Yeah, but I loved these stories. This was like, I could quote it from front to back because I used to have it on audiobook too. When I was like 8 years old, I used to listen to it all the time. C.S. Lewis is my boy. Let's see what else. Stay within the same genre. Kind of. This was another book that I've had since I was really young. I haven't actually met anyone who knows about this book or seen anyone on the internet who knows about it, but it was like my obsession when I was 13. I actually don't remember all the details very well. It was a very complicated story, at least as far as I remember. But maybe it wouldn't seem so complicated now. if in case you can't read it, it says the title is The Dark Hills Divide, and the series is Land of Elyon. Yeah, but I remember I used to relate to the main character really well because she was the same age as me at the time. And oh yeah, it also had poetry in it. I think this is a famous poem now that I'm rereading it. It's like the 6 men who try to describe an elephant, but they all like have a sense missing or something. I don't know. Oh wait, no, they're all blind and they try to describe an elephant from different, like touching different parts of it. This was really interesting, but I would actually recommend reading it, I think. I hope it's not weird. I don't quite remember since I haven't read it in so many years, but I remember I really, really liked one of the characters. It wasn't one of the characters you were supposed to like. He wasn't one of the main guys. He was the minor antagonist. And he was super creepy. And if you don't care about spoilers, there's this scene near the end. He's like one of the city guards. He gets super drunk and embarrasses himself in front of the council. And then he gets thrown in a cell, and the main character, for plot reasons, has to go down and talk to him after, and they play a game of chess, and then he tells his tragic backstory, and it gets revealed that maybe he's not so bad, and I ate that up. I love characters like that where you think that they're just a jerk, and then they turn out to have a secret side to them. It's kind of cliche, but I do love it. Sorry, I just had to fix my camera. Which one's next? I have a bookmark in there. That's interesting. Oh, I know why. It was because again, in the second book, I liked the villain, the big bad villain. This one was depressing. I don't know if I like this one very much. And I think this is the final one in the trilogy. I don't remember much about this one. I think it's because my favorite character was not in it the whole time. He showed up at the end. I don't really get why authors sometimes don't put the best character in a book. Why would you leave him out? He was my guy. He was my dude. Let's see. I'm going from a sort of young adult book, no, what do you even call that? This was for middle school or something. and I'm gonna work my way upward. So, at least that's what I'll try to do. Oh, they're so similar, I didn't know which one was which. Oh my gosh, it's so little. I remember reading this, it felt like the longest book ever. Yeah, we all know this one. Stargirl. This one was good, but it was also kind of that trope of the quirky girl that people got tired of eventually. I don't know, I thought it was good. I liked her. I actually think the sequel was better. Because it didn't have to do with the boy she was in love with as much. Well, it did, but it was more of it was from her perspective. And it's written like a diary. Yeah, this one was a lot more interesting, I think. Because she went through like a little bit more of a mature arc. All the characters were really vibrant, and this one I don't remember the characters as well. I just remember the two main characters. But in this one, the side characters were really interesting. Like there was like a younger girl in the neighborhood. There was the dad, the bad boy she had a crush on, the lady at the donut shop. Like they were cool. Yeah, and I feel like it was better from her perspective because she sees like the world in a different way. She made me think about things. So the author did a good job of Jerry did a good job of becoming a 16-year-old girl. We're almost out of my childhood books. Okay, so we're almost past the books that I had when I was a kid. I like the sound of hardcovers better. You can't see that title, but this, I think, is by the author who wrote that movie with Anne Hathaway in it. The Cinderella one. Oh, yes. Ella Enchanted. But that book is not in here. This is like the author's other works. They're really cool, unique, sort of fairy tale. I wouldn't even call them fairy tale twists. They're more like new fairy tales. One of them, actually, okay, two of them, as far as I know. Three of them are based on previous stories, but I don't know about the one about the frog. Yeah, the one. Oh, I loved that one. One of the stories goes like there was a kind of a grumpy fairy, and she adopts a young girl, like a baby girl, I think. I can't remember the reason, but she grows to love her so much, but the girl only wants to eat parsley. So she named her Parsley, and the girl grows up beautiful and elegant, but she has green teeth. And that's like her one flaw, but at the same time she has such a beautiful smile that people can't resist her. And one day the girl falls in love with a prince, and it makes her fairy mother upset because she doesn't want to lose her. So she tries to cast a spell on her, but she accidentally turns her into a frog. I don't know how it ends. I can't remember. Maybe the prince kisses her or something. So something like that. Oh, I just found a picture. Oh, great, I lost. There she is. That's Parsley the frog. There's a very faint design imprinted here, but it doesn't make any sound. Can't even see it. Yeah, so I really liked that one. Obviously we gotta have Coraline. If you haven't read this, you should. Or you could watch the movie too, because it's pretty similar. But yeah, this Neil Gaiman, he is my number one most favorite author of all time. He writes, like, I wish I could write like him. This is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but I don't think I finished this book. I read like maybe half of it. It was good. I mean, we all know how it goes. Now this is the stuff. The Graveyard Book. Oh, so perfect. If I had to recommend... Did I just turn off the movie? Hello, 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 hello. I thought I turned off my microphone. Yeah, if I had to recommend one book, well, I don't want to speak too soon. Let me take a look over my... Yeah, if I had to recommend one book, it would be this, The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. It's spectacular, it's perfect, it is magnificent, unique, touching, amazing characters. I remember them, like, I know them like the back of my hand, and I only read it one time. Actually, no, I read it 1.5 times. Oh, it's so good. I won't even spoil it. Is that all for... Yeah, I think that's it for that section. I mean, this is maybe a middle ground. This is a good lead-in. Princess Bride. This one I also did not finish because I bought it after seeing the movie, and sometimes that makes me say, know how it goes, and then I just don't read the rest. It's a really good story, though. I want to read it, but I just forget. I used to be a really big reader when I was younger, but past few years, since maybe 2020, I've stopped almost entirely. I'd go to the library all the time and I read portions of books, but my attention span is just so bad. That's part of the reason why I'm partially quitting the internet. I have Instagram at the moment, but it's it's too much. I'm gonna keep my YouTube, of course, because I like doing this. But the scrolling feature that they have on TikTok and Instagram and even YouTube now has YouTube Shorts. I keep telling them not to give those to me. I don't want to get addicted. But the scrolling feature is really bad for people with ADHD because you literally get hooked on it. It's a little side rant there, but I feel like that's part of the reason why I haven't been reading as much, because why would I want to read a story when I can get the satisfaction of scrolling? It's stupid. So yeah, that's why I'm quitting. Deleting Instagram. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna show you my only graphic novel that I have. There's the first edition. I bought this because I don't know if you guys know this YouTuber, but he's an artist. His name is Mark Crilly, and I literally learned how to draw from him. I would watch him all the time. Back when I was little. I'm gonna lay down. How intimate. Oh my. Now you can see if I kick my feet behind me. But yeah. This is the book Brody's Ghost. And Mark Curley literally taught me everything I know about art. Maybe not literally. Look at how good that is. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah, really good story. He's a great writer too. Well, let me think a little critically about it, if I may. I think all of the characters were really interesting and compelling. However, not all of them were likable, if I'll be completely honest. But that's not the point all the time. They don't have to be. Also, I think I only read this once or twice a few years back, so I could be mistaken. I did really like the main character, but she was a little difficult. That could have been the point, though. I love the back of it. That's such a good scene. Okay, what's next? Since we're on, things with pictures, I'll show you this photo book that I have. These guys were my favorite band for a while. Not anymore because I got into more experimental stuff, but I still love them, because who doesn't? Well, some people don't. Look at my boys. I'm trying to find a good picture. Oh my. I can't be attracted to a man who's like 90 years old. Help me. Are you kidding me? That's gorgeous. Wow. How old is he? I'm trying to think. Was he like 60 when I was a kid? No, I'm making him too old. He's not that old, right? Legendary. This book smells good. Oh, here's a book I hate. I don't even know why I have it. Oh, this isn't the one I hate. I didn't read this one. Actually, I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. I think I didn't like it because the author compared the Eiffel Tower to something, let's just say, explicit, and that really made me roll my eyes. I was like, you gotta be kidding me right now. There's something wrong with you if you look at the Eiffel Tower and you think of that. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Never finished it, probably never will. Boring. No offense to anyone who loves it. This is kind of related, maybe? No, it's not. That's a Bible. The pastor of my church got this for me when I turned 18. My old church, I don't go there. Yeah. I do read it every so once in a while. For funsies. Let's see. Oh. Wait, speaking of, where's my other one? I have another Doctor Who book, but I don't know what happened to it. It's probably on my other bookshelf. I love Doctor Who so much. Look at all this. Old comics. Ah, the art is so good. I love all those weird colors. Paper smells interesting. Let's see. Leo Tolstoy. I never finished this because it was very depressing. He talks about basically an existential crisis that he goes through. I hope I never feel like that. I'll read you the back. Despite having written War and Peace and Anna Karenina, I don't know how to pronounce it, Leo Tolstoy, at the age of 51, looked back on his life and considered it meaningless. Wait, a meaningless, regrettable failure. At 51. Imagine having all that success and just being like, I mean, there's no problem with rethinking. Maybe you lived a life of folly or something, but isn't there there's still meaning out there? I don't know. I feel bad for him. I should probably read it again. It was interesting, but sad. Here's Greek mythology. I bought this because I thought it was going to be stories. And then I get in it and it's just kind of descriptions. Oh wait, maybe I didn't get far enough. No. Okay, apparently you have to get like a third of the way through before the stories start. I could try reading this again. It was the number one recommended thing on Amazon when I looked up Greek mythology. You already know. This book is so heavy. We got the complete works of William Shakespeare. Oh, where's my copy of Hamlet? Where'd I put it? Oh, it's over there. It's behind you. Excuse me. Thank you. I have a singular copy here. And I got... There's this guy. You should look him up. He's really cool. He goes by Shakespeare Approves, or Shakespeare Approved. And he goes to Renaissance fairs and he does shows as Shakespeare. He's so funny and hilarious and really nice. And I got him to like autograph my Shakespeare book. Yeah. I still didn't read Hamlet because of my bad attention span. I read like the first few pages. My favorite play, however, is, I want to say one of the less popular ones. It's Richard III, not Richard II, because I think he did that as well, but Richard III. And that one I've spent a lot of time with. I love it. It's so beautiful. I love the characters. So yeah, Shakespeare, we all know him. What else? See another classic over there. We got The Phantom of the Opera. This is one of the rare occasions when I actually successfully completely read a book after watching a film adaptation of it. I watched, no, sorry, not the film adaptation. I watched the stage production from, I want to say like 2014 or something, and it blew me away. I was obsessed. So I bought this, read it all the way through, and was somewhat surprised to find out that the book is very, very different than the musical. Very amazing in its own way. super enjoyable read. Strange goings on. Just heard something. I would almost describe this as horror. Oh, yeah, it says it on the back. It says horror literature. It's not the horror that we're used to today. With movies and things like that. It's not the same. It's more you step into a world and you step into the situation of Christine, and when you go through what she experienced, the horror comes through, like, the mystery of it, sort of. And there's this moment, actually, when he captures her and brings her down into his, he has a house under the underground rivers and stuff. He captures her, he brings her down there, I want to say drugs her, like he puts the cloth over her and makes her pass out, or something like that. Could be mistaken. And then she wakes up and finds him, I think, at a dining table, and he basically begged her to stay with him, and she's terrified, of course, and he gets so distraught over the fact that she's gonna leave him that he like takes her hands and makes her scratch his face. That scared me so bad. I was like, what did I just read? It's really, when you read this, it really feels like, okay, that is a mentally ill, abused, very, very broken man. But when you watch the stage performance, it's like, oh, he's actually attractive. I would love you, Phantom. That's how I felt. But this is like, oh, okay, he's a little bit insane. More than a little. The Giver. We have The Giver. I really liked this. A lot of people don't like this book. Or maybe I'm mistaking it for the movie. I think a lot of people don't like the movie. I thought it was really good. The book's better than the movie, but they're both good, in my opinion. Need some water. Got the Odyssey. That's how far I got through. That candy wrapper has been there since November of 2022. I bought this at top dollar from Barnes & Noble. So, I got all of my poetry books out. I don't know how this is all of them. No, I must have more in the other room. But these are beautiful. This is Russian poetry. It's a bunch of different poets. I think from all different eras. I don't know what date they were all drawn from. Ooh. I love the name Vladislav. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but that's a beautiful name. Wow. Let's see. Page 22. Oh, I wrote notes in this. In my... in my code language, I have... Oh, you can't see it really, but I have like a little hieroglyphic thing. I would read some, but my voice is kind of tired tonight. I did a lot of talking and stuff today. I would recommend reading this though, but I don't know where you would get it from because I got it from a local bookshop. Let me see. Yeah, it's just called Russian Poets. If you like poetry, please do check it out. Oh, this one. I've been reading this. I'm reading this currently. Poetry is easier for me to read because, each page or two it stops and it's done and you get rewarded. Smaller bites of food for thought, shall we say. This is a beautiful, beautiful book. I love his style. I actually think I have a bit of I'm going too far. I would like to say I have a similar style to him. Oh, I didn't. That's fire to fire. I got this as a gift for my friend too, who loves poetry. There's a storm outside. I don't know if you can hear that. This I'm also currently reading, on and off. Got it a few months ago. There was one that I really loved in here. A lot of her poems are about the Black experience, so I can't say some of the words, but it's really good. Shedding a hair there. Yeah, Nikki Giovanni, right? Yes. I do love poetry. It's probably one of my favorite things to read. The storm's really brewing out there. This is a collection of romantic poetry, like from the Romantic era. I mean, this has a lot of commentary in it, but it was actually quite informative. I really enjoyed it. I didn't read every single page because there's a ton of information in here. Like, I can't possibly read all that. But I read a good amount, so. What else? I will show you. Actually, wait, I see a couple that I missed from earlier. Another Neil Gaiman book. If you haven't watched Good Omens on Amazon Prime, go watch it. I gotta sit down for this. I hate this book. Let me tell you why. I hate this book so much. The House with a Clock in its Walls. Here's why I hate it. It was written poorly. And yet, I wish it were not. It felt like I was reading a first draft. It's like the ideas are there, but the execution was just bad. And all the ideas just could have been better. You could have done better. And I watched the movie with Jack Black in it, and I still didn't like it. And I love Jack Black. I would marry Jack Black. Who said that? What? I didn't hear anything. Did you guys hear that? That was the wind. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, but I still didn't like the Jack Black movie, and that's saying something, so. I'm starting to lose my mind because it's late. I'll show you. I have a few non-book items. I got Hamilton CD set. I got Thor, back when Marvel movies were actually good, am I right? Thor DVD. I have this got kind of destroyed, but it was so nostalgic I had to keep it. This is a game on disc. Pirates of the Caribbean, I don't know, how do you pronounce that? And this is a book, but it is not a book. This is my diary from when I was 6 years old. I really have been journaling my whole life, basically. Oh, here's a good one. Sherlock, Series 1 and 2. This was my thing back when I was like 15. Yes, Benedict Cumberbatch. He was like the thing of the mid-2010s, and I miss him, and he should have a comeback, and I love him. Oh, and a lot of people think it's cool to hate this. Oh, Stephen Moffat's a bad writer. Get over yourself and enjoy some edgy Sherlock. Like the rest of us. Cool kids. If you know, you know. But I was the biggest Sherlock fan you will ever see in your life. I have every version. I've watched every version. I've read every version. Actually, I don't think I watched this one. But I bought it, and that's good enough. Oh no. Basil. I have watched Basil Rathbone, but that's not him on the cover, so. Or is it? No, it's not. That's not him. That's some other dude. This was my first Sherlock book that I got. And it was I want to say this is abridged, so the language was dumbed down. At least I think it was. I don't know. Can't tell. But this is the most popular Sherlock book. It's the Adventures of. The little short stories. It's not my favorite, honestly. It was the first one that I read. But ooh, now we're getting to the good stuff. I saved the best for last. This volume 1 of Sherlock was my legendary reading moment of devouring it every day. Studying Scarlet, legendary. The Sign of the Four. But I have to say, this is volume 2. Wow, I remember all of these. I think my favorite is The Hound of the Baskervilles. And I don't actually think it's the best one, but I think it's my favorite, just for the vibe. It's a little bit predictable who did it, because, not trying to spoil it for you, but you spend time with the character, like, the whole book. So it's like, who else is it gonna be? but the way that it unfolds is interesting. We got volume 3. This one contains The Return, The Valley of Fear. What's that? Wait, that one was really good. That was like a Western story, I think. It was really good. I remember the twist caught me by surprise. I was like, you're joking me. You're kidding me right now. He really got me with that one. Good old Arthur. Sir Arthur, excuse me. I didn't like volume 4 because it had his last vow, and that made me sad. Yeah. I don't like when things end, so that's why I didn't like this. But the back of it has a really good quote. Oh, they all have quotes on the back. Yeah, this one's good. It says, "Education never ends. It is a series of lessons with the greatest for the last." I like that because it's true. This was a disgrace to Sherlock Holmes. Did I read it? Yes. It's basically a glorified fan fiction, and they got Mark, I don't know how to say his last name, Gatiss? Mark Gatiss? He was in the Sherlock show with Benedict Cumberbatch. He's cool, I like him, but they got him to do a little forward. The reason why I hated this is because I didn't know it was part of a series, so it left me on a cliffhanger. And I didn't know where to buy the other book, or if I should, or if the next book was going to disappoint me the same way. Also, it was very mind-twisty and supernatural. None of the originals are like that. It was grounded human interactions. And that's what I loved about it. And I love that the original Sherlock is an agnostic. He's like, well, of course, if something supernatural happens, that's supernatural, and then I can do nothing about it. He's like, that's not my problem. He just loves to work with... Heard another weird noise. He just loves to work with reality and what is here and now and physical. Period. For my final piece, I guess I didn't save the best for last. Murder on the Orient Express. You guys are gonna kill me. Everyone's gonna kill me for this. I don't like Agatha Christie whatsoever. I have attempted 3 of her books. I hate her style. I hate her voice. I hate her characters. I hate the logic. I hate the plot. Everything about it gets on my nerves. And this this is the weird thing. Her books inspired one of my favorite directors to make one of my favorite movies, Knives Out. How do you get the genius and brilliance of Knives Out from crap? Sue me. I don't freaking care about your opinion. Sorry, I told you I get insane when it's this hour. That's just my opinion. Facts don't care about your feelings. I'm kidding, it's not fact. I just didn't like it. Actually, out of the 3 that I did read, this one was the best. Just because it had a cool vibe. But kind of sucked, so. Hard truth. Hard truth hour with G. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I got. Okay. Coming back down here to say goodnight to you. To say goodnight to you. Okay, thank you for watching, and hopefully I can get those role plays done, because I'm actually excited about them. I'm not gonna give them away though, because you're gonna have to be surprised. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say. Oh, if you're still watching, thank you for all the comments you guys have been leaving, because it's actually really encouraging, and it's nice to know that people are enjoying my videos, even though I really don't have the best setup or anything, but it's still nice to just hang out and do my little show and tell, or yeah, and I guess I'll get better at it as I go. So yeah, thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you later. I hope you have a good night.